Some men are suffering in silence because you're lazy, rude, too comfortable.
Some of our men are at the house suffering in silence right now simply because we are not paying attention to their needs. And they're never going to tell you this because men aren't as vocal as we are. So they suffer in silence because they know that you're either going to not be able to handle it or you're going to react from a place of emotion, just like women do. So at the end of the day, ladies, it's up to us to pay attention to our men. The same way that we have needs and desires and wants, so do they. It should not be happy wife, happy life. It should be happy spouse, happy house, because there are two people in this house that deserve love and to be happy. It should not ever just be about one person. So ladies, the same way we want loyalty, we want them to compliment us. We want them to buy us gifts. We want to know that we're on their mind. Vice versa, flip it all around. What you are wanting to get, give it back to him the same way. Also, ladies, men don't like to always be the initiator of sex. Sometimes you should initiate it. He want to know that you find him sexy too. It goes both ways, ladies.
I completely agree. I completely agree with this woman said. Some men are not only suffering in silence because you don't know what their wants or their desires are. A lot of men are suffering in silence simply because the woman that they chose to be with in a relationship, long-term relationship, or marriage with just simply doesn't know him, doesn't know who he is. She doesn't know who he is. She doesn't know his likes, his wants, his needs, what makes him happy, what makes him sad, what makes him angry. She just does not know. She just walking around winging it every day. And there's a lot of men who are suffering in silence, but it didn't begin there. You know, because in the beginning, they could talk to you. They could express themselves. They could, share that emotional side of them, go in depth because you were on your P's and Q's because you wanted to be the chosen one. So you had no problem handling the conversation, handling the dialogue, working with him, being a good listener. And then as soon as you got him, clinked him down, then all of a sudden, all that goes out the window. With respect. And you change. So a lot of men, their suffering is in silence. Yes, because they're still technically with you. They're living in a house with you. And to be honest, you shouldn't even be looking at just that because maybe he doesn't have another choice. Because if he did, maybe he wouldn't be there. Maybe if he did have another option, he wouldn't be there. And for some of you, you have children with this man and you should be grateful. Because if it wasn't for those children and him not wanting to raise his children in a broken home, he would have left a long time ago. If it was just the two of you. So yes, some men are indeed suffering in silence, for sure, absolutely. And for a lot of different reasons. Some men are suffering in silence because of your mouth. Some men are suffering in silence because you talk too much. Some men are suffering in silence because you're disrespectful. Some men are suffering in silence because you're lazy, rude, too comfortable. There's a lot of different facets. And again, the importance is knowing your person that you're in a relationship with. That is extremely vital, and it's something that a lot of women do not take the time to do. Why? I have no idea. I mean, you're in a relationship with this person, and he knows you. Men are very observant creatures. He knows you. A lot of women don't take the time to get to know the nature of men, first of all, but then get to know their own man. And how can you expect to keep this relationship going for the long term if you don't know him? And if you're not doing things that are going to please him, make him happy, satisfy him? How are you gonna get there? Y'all been together for a year and you already tripping. So how do you expect to tell him, but I want you to marry me? How? You're already showing you don't know me. So how are we even gonna go through tough things in the relationship besides the certain things that I just don't like about your traits? If I can't, talk to you about these things, what about the major things? Over and over again, I'm loving the fact that women who get it are expressing it. Because let me tell you something. There was a time that a lot of the women who get it were keeping this information to themselves so that they can keep their options well open. Because they understand the nature of a man, the mindset of a man, and what it will require to be with one. And they were not telling other women that information. They weren't doing that because they wanted to be the one who knows all. So I'm glad that there's a lot of women who are in this space saying, okay, this, that, you know, these are this is how they see us. So this is how we move accordingly. It's very important. Very, very important. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell. I do post a video every single day, but the time changes. So if you hit that bell, it will notify you every single time that I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you.